Well, hello and good evening. Welcome to the Shanty Sessions live stream episode 13. I can't believe we've done 12 of these somehow. How you doing, Paul? All right?
I'm doing all right, but bearing in mind this is the 13th, and for those of us that are superstitious, which would include many ex-sailors, 13th could be viewed as a bad omen. So I'm going to say this now. Please click share. Share it amongst your friends on your Facebook contacts. Share it amongst all of your enemies. Because tonight, the 13th lockdown session could go down in history.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just going to add to that really, Paul, that if there's someone you like, share it to their wall. If there's someone you don't like, share it to their wall twice.
Yeah,
So
do it.
anyway, what are we doing here? So the Rogue Shanty Chorus, we've been doing weekly live stream broadcasts, and they came about really on behalf of our choir. Now, around March the 16th, when the government said that it was actually, they suggested that all non-essential contact was stopped, we actually had to very sadly put a temporary stop to our project, which is the most easterly UK fishing choir, authentic fishing choir and sea shanty chorus. And as a result of that, we tried just to try and keep people connected with ourselves and us with them and them with each other. We started to do some virtual rehearsals, which very quickly turned into broadcasts, and they're all singing and all dancing. And now we've got special guests. And boy, have we got some special guests today. But we've got some wonderful people joining from all over the place, and it's a very dedicated weekly returners. So thank you very much for that. But as Paul has said, please click share. Now, we've done a sound check with a group that we've got who are guesting with us very shortly, actually. A fantastic group coming from Barcelona, and they're called El Pony Pisador. And we're going to talk to them about the name and what it means in Spanish. We've performed with these guys at a couple of festivals, and they really are absolutely fantastic. And Barcelona and Spain have kind of relaxed slightly the lockdown restrictions, so they're able to perform together. And so you're absolutely in for a treat.
I'm going to pick that up and just let you know that the Rogue Shanty Chorus, as Stephen said, the most easterly authentic fishing choir in the UK. Now, we sing sea shanties, as if that wasn't obvious from the name, and more widely maritime themed songs as part of a wider creative arts project called the Unique Coastal, Cultural and Musical Heritage of Waveney, which celebrates the associated heritage of the fishing industry in North Suffolk.
I'm going to do a few comments now, because our question card for this evening is, let us know where you're tuning in from. And boy, have we got people absolutely all over the place. And I do mean geographically, but I'm sure in other ways that's the case as well. So Laura Carter, not giving much away there, tuning in from England. Mandy Cox says hello from Bristol, UK. Chris Collins says Galston-on-Sea, and Chris joined us last night in our history sessions, which we'll talk about later. Michael Rudd says hi from Reading. Laura Carter says Harrogate, UK. Michelle Gallagher, we know, is Great Yarmouth. Rosie Booth says England, excited to see El Pony Pisador. And then Tara says Somerleyton, Lowestoft. Carles Ruiz, Badalona, Barcelona. Charlie Moore Beckles, hello from Kent. That's Gillian Perigo Barnes.
Stephen, I think you missed one. Pavel Soko. Good evening from Poland.
Wonderful. Well, wherever you're from, whether you're near to us or very, very far, we hope you are well. Thank you so much for kind of tuning in. Bless you. Oh, Joanne Hodges wins the statement there. Look, my house.
Hello, Joe.
Nothing away. Yeah, and then Pavel. Yeah, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but Poland. And David Wood says our garden room in Pakefield. Well, that's
and Chris Collins. You're all the way from Galston, which if I shout loud enough, you'll be able to hear me.
Yeah, but I'm sure that actually would be the case. So
before we move on, Stephen, I'm just going to say a quick mention to the Galston lifeboat crew. They have literally just gone out on a shout. The call went out at 7:04 this evening, and it's all hands on deck, literally, for the Galston RNLI lifeboat crew. So good luck to them, and I hope everybody stays safe and they manage to get everybody back safely home.
Well, look, we normally do a bit more chat at the beginning of our sessions, but
we love a chat, don't we?
We do love a chat. I love a chat, especially a bit of chat. Nothing wrong with a bit of chat. But because we've got a special guest on, and they're actually on a time difference, obviously, in Barcelona. So they're ahead of us. And so we don't send the boys too late to bed on a school night. We're going to get them in a bit earlier than we normally do with our guests. And so we're going to kick straight on. So this one is a song called Windy Old Weather, or locals know it as Windy Old Weather. And we certainly know a few recordings of this. A guy called Roy Harris sang it. Tom Brown also recorded it. Cyril Tawney, a great East Anglian singer. Johnny Doughty. Our personal preference is for Sam Larner's version. We talk a lot about Sam Larner. Had a special guest of Damien Barber a couple of weeks ago, and he does a lot of Sam Larner repertoire. And Paul and I know Sam Larner's nephew, a great musician in his own right, a guy called Tony Larner.
He never views us, though. He never tunes in, does he?
No, he doesn't. No, one day we might get a comment. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to bring up the lyrics for those who want to join in. Those who've got this in their repertoire, i.e. if you are a Shanty choir member, then you can find it at number 10. But for anybody else, and indeed you as well, we're going to bring it up on the screen. He says, is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yeah. Okay. It is. So this is Windy Old Weather. I get myself a plectrum and we're off. As we were a-fishing up Haysborough Light, shooting and hauling and trawling all night in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When up jumped a heron, the queen of the sea, says, now you old skipper, you cannot catch me in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then round comes a place that had spots on his side, says not much longer these seas you can ride in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up jumps a slip soul as strong as a horse, says, now old skipper, you'll shift your main course in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Last verse. I think what these fishes were saying was right. We'll haul up our gear now and steer for the light in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Okay, slightly premature finish there, cause I dropped my plectrum.
What are you like?
What am I like? I don't know.
I'm just going to say hello to Rosie Booth. She says the Longest Johns sing this one too, but with a different tune, and they call it A Fish in the Sea. Now, are you sure it's the same song if it has a different tune and a different title?
Well, you know what? Actually, there's a lot of in the Round Folk Index. There are a lot of titles for this. The Fish's Lamentation is one of them.
The Fishes.
Fantastic group, and we know those from the circuit. We've played on the same festival with those guys, and hopefully one day we'll get them to come and guest on here as well. But in actual fact, it's an East Anglian song. It's written about Haysborough Light, which is the oldest lighthouse in the UK, and it's in North Norfolk, where Sam Larner actually grew up and used to live. And there is a blue plaque on the cottage that he grew up in a little place called Winterton in North Norfolk, very close to Haysborough. And so I think the version certainly that we do is based on that, and obviously there are kind of musical mondegreens, but we're gonna assume that his is the right one.
But I'm sure you're right, Rosie Booth, that they do sing it. Oh, it's pretty much the same words. So yes, forgive me, I was just pulling your leg, Rosie. But I'm sure you're absolutely right that they'll do a very good job of it too. As Stephen said, they are a fantastic group, the Longest Johns, and I'm going to keep buttering them up until they join us for one of these sessions. So thank you very much for your comment, Rosie, and very good of you to join us, and also good to be joined by Martha Knox Forrester. She says hi from Bungay, very exotic location.
Okay, what are you going to do, Paul? So we've got the fantastic group from Barcelona coming up, El Pony Pisador, live with us. The wonders of technology. We've sound checked with them, boy, are you in for a treat. But I think we've got time for one more song, Paul, if you fancy it.
Well, they're certainly very manly, but the best we can do is to sing Spanish Ladies. That's as close as we can get to a little bit of a prelude to welcoming El Pony Pisado. So I'm going to go for Spanish Ladies. I'd love to give you lots of information on this, but I fear that I will overrun, and we're on a tight schedule. So I'm just going to sing this one. Please join in with us, especially on the chorus. It's that rambunctious chorus. Everybody needs to be swigging a tankard or something as you do it. It goes like this. Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England, but we hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. We hove our ship to with the wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to for to strike soundings clear. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom, so we squared up our mainyard and up channel did make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. The first land we sighted was called the Dodman, next Ramehead off Plymouth, then Portland and the White. We sailed by Beachy, by Fairlight and Dungeness, and then we bore up for the Southforeland Light. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. Then the signal was made for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your shank painter, let go your cat stopper, haul up your clew garnets, let tacks and sheets fly. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. Let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man drink off his full glass. We'll drink and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of each true-hearted lass. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. Stephen's muted, so I'm just going to say hello to our now regular viewer, Kasia Marcinkowska, and we really hope we're saying that right. Don't think you've corrected us yet. And she says Spanish Ladies is probably the most popular sea shanty in Poland, together with Old Maui, which we did a few weeks ago, and of course the Drunken Sailor, which she thinks is popular everywhere, and certainly popular with us. So hope you enjoyed that Spanish Ladies rendition, Kasia. And Michelle says, sounding great. That's a bit too kind. Laura Carter says Spanish Ladies is great. I'm not sure if she'll still agree by the time I've finished with it, but thank you very much. Bravo from Pavel. Thank you.
Yeah, a few more comments there. Yeah, Pavel says bravo. Michelle says, oh no, we've done that one. Michelle says sounding great. Oh, well, I think it did as well. And look, we've got a lot of excited people ready for El Pony Pisado. Rosie Boo says El Pony Pisado are wonderful. Her capitals, not mine, and I'm very excited for them to be on. Well, Rosie, so are we, I have to say. And they're coming on very soon, any moment now, in fact. But I think we're just going to do a few more comments, actually. Let's have a look. So Monica Manning says, hi, everyone. What else have we got? Oh, we've got Linda Boyce, evening, Stephen and Paul, Alton Broad. That's in response to let us know where you're tuning in from. So we're actually going to be, I'm going to mention, because Chris and Linda have been kind of stalwart tuner-inners, I think that's a phrase, to our history sessions. It is now, yeah. And we do those on a Monday evening with a wonderful guy called Ivan Bunn. And Ivan Bunn is a Lowestoft author, historian, and I'm going to say living legend. And Ivan Bunn, if there is much known about Lowestoft that Ivan doesn't know, it's probably not worth knowing about. But Lowestoft, Waveney, and Suffolk, which is our neck of the woods and where our Rogue Shanty chorus are based. And Ivan has been talking about all manner of things from the 15th century right up to the 1950s. And he's done 4 sessions for us now. The 4th one was last night. And if you've missed any of those, they are available to watch again on our Facebook page. And you will be able to tune in next Monday to see the live session. You can ask him questions live. And so far, he has not been stumped. He has had some amazing questions, and he's mostly known an answer for them all. So next Monday with Ivan, and you can watch the 4 previous sessions on our Facebook page. So I think it's time to bring in...
Definitely time.
What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, let's go for it. We've met these guys, and they're a fantastic band, El Pony Pesado, and we know there's a lot of love for them on our comments, especially from Rosie Booth. She's cock a hoop that they've joined us, and they've just spotted that they're live, so please don't swear.
Hey guys, you all right?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. So, ladies and gents, look, we have got El Pony Pesado in the house. Let us know your comments. Let us know any questions. Let us know anything you'd like to know about them. Or if you've seen them before, let us know that. We know, guys, by the way, that actually, as Paul said, there's a lot of love already. And we're going to read out some comments from people. But I just want to let everybody know the order of you guys. So we have got on the left, Marty. Is that right?
Yes.
Marty. Then Adria.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Ramon in the middle.
Hello.
And Mikkel or Mickey, number 4.
Cheers.
Perfect. And then my favorite name, Gwillem.
Is that not pronounced Guillaume?
Guillem. In Catalan, it's Guillem.
Yeah. It's nice of Paul, though, to correct me with my bad Spanish live on air.
You can trust me to do that. I will always do that for you, Stephen.
Yeah, that's it. So, guys, look, we're going to let you know. We've asked people to tell us in the stream tonight where they're tuning in from. And we've got people all over the place. A lot, obviously, from England, but further beyond as well. So we've got Bristol, which is southwest, Galston-on-Sea, which is our native East Anglia, Reading, Harrogate, UK, that's up in the north, Great Yarmouth. There's a comment there. England, excited to see El Pony Pesado. Then we've also got some guys from your neck of the woods, Badalona, Barcelona, Plymouth, Poland, west coast of the USA, Lowestoft, Cambridge, Plymouth. We've got quite a few Polish people joining in this evening, and we've got a few kind of faithful guys who come back from British Columbia in Canada. So there's a lot of people tuning in. We think just for you, and I'm going to feature a few of the comments here. Hi guys, hi ponies, H here, H War Boys, and let's see if we can bring up some more as well.
Michelle Gallagher has been very clever. She said, "Hola, buenas noches, ¿cómo está?"
Oh,
Bien. Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Ahora ya no sabes más.
I'm just going to say yes.
and then Rosie Booth says El Pony Pesado are wonderful, and I'm very excited for them to be on. Well, Rosie, so are we, and we're very glad that they said yes. But so, guys, how has lockdown been for you?
Well, bad, very bad, and boring. Yeah, but I think mostly, no tengo más problemas. No.
It was not a health issue for us, actually.
Yeah,
it was more like a
for that
technical problem to keep on our job on making new music and recording it and keeping the practice and stuff. So we had to just make up our own strategies on like he records a part of guitar, like an idea, and someone adds another instrument to make the whole idea. We cannot play all together, but we could do like this.
Of course. Yeah. So you've been able to continue making music even remotely, is that right?
Yeah. We try more or less.
Wonderful.
We had a UK tour actually that was supposed to begin the week after the lockdown began here, which I think was a little before in the UK. So we had some trouble working that out, and we had to go to Australia for a month in April, and we didn't. So yeah,
A pity.
You were due at the Albany festival, weren't you guys?
yeah.
Yes.
How
Too
gutting.
bad.
How absolutely gutting.
Next year.
Yeah.
Health first.
Oh, look, we've got a lovely comment here. I'm just going to feature it on the screen.
Good luck with it, Stephen.
And it says, good to see all the ponies back together instead of in scattered houses. Yeah. So
Yeah, the first time we're together singing since March.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you. We're honoured to have you for that first time. Thank you.
Because I think we're going to make a lot of mistakes. So
No.
guys, would you be up for giving us a song or a few? Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, of course.
Wonderful. So if Paul and I mute ourselves, then are you okay if we just hand over to you and the floor is yours?
Perfect.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, well, everybody, you are absolutely in for a treat. We did a sound check earlier with them, and it sounded fantastic. I've not heard 5 voices sing together for about 3 months live, so we want to say thanks to them and enjoy this song. And I'm going to mute myself and Paul. Here we go.
Okay. Before we begin, this song is of our last album, Matriculona Galera, which you can find on Spotify and
That's the one. That's the one. Thank you.
so yeah, if you want to just listen to it, buy it, whatever, we'd be very thankful.
And it goes like this.
Yes.
I wish I was the banjo man on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish I was the banjo man on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hey! Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish I played the mandolin on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish I played the mandolin on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hey! Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish there was nothing about on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish there was nothing about on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hey! Sun's gone away on board a man of war. Sun's gone away on board a man of war. I wish I see the numbers aboard a man of war. Sun's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Yes, sun's gone away aboard a man of war. I wish it was a whistler aboard a man of war. Sun's gone away aboard a man of war. I wish it was a whistler aboard a man of war. Sun's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hey! Sun's gone away aboard a man of war.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well,
Brilliant.
guys, that really was amazing. And Stephen and I, we, as we said earlier, we've worked alongside you in festivals, and we've heard how fantastic you sound. There might be a few people on our feed that aren't accustomed to you, but my word, right now that they are absolutely swimming with praise for you.
So a message here from Laura Carter. Sam's Gone Away, one of my favourite songs from this album. Then we've got Rona Friend. Hi guys, Rona from Liverpool. Saw you at several festivals last year. Then Cassia Marcinkowska, love it. I'm
going to try this one. Sarah GT says, "Hey, ¿Tienes ganas de concert?"
She's his girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
Okay.
Well, she is now.
Wow. And then Marion Boucher, all the way from British Columbia in Canada, says, "Pretty work, brave boys." I don't think she's just singing along. I think that's compliment. And then I'll let Rosie Booth. She must be your number one fan because she says this is genuinely the highlight of my day. And I'm not going to embarrass myself by reading the Spanish there, but I'm sure you guys can.
Gentlemen, gents, could I just ask? You mentioned the album Matricula una Galera. I found it difficult to translate. Is that band of men?
No,
not exactly.
I don't know how to translate it.
You know, when you buy a car and you have to make it legal, what's the word?
Yeah, that you make like
Registration?
A plate for the car.
Yeah, you can say that.
It would mean something like getting a license plate for your Clipper ship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
It sounds better in Spanish, doesn't it?
It does. Yes.
In English, yeah.
Still loads of comments coming in. Absolutely, people loving you. Claire Garrett, clap, 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 clap. Heart, clap, 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 clap. Love it. Yeah. See, we normally only get 4 claps from her, but you guys have got 8. So,
but there's only 2 of us. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Gents, could I ask you, mainly because I'm a geek when it comes to literary books. El Pony Pisado in English would be the prancing pony.
Yes,
you're right.
Would that happen to be a reference to the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Hey, fantastic! My daughter loves the Lord of the Rings, as do I. So we're both very chuffed that we found that out about yourselves.
I'm going to one more comment now. This is from Carlos Ruiz, and he says the best videos from Instagram for passing the quarantine. I've also enjoyed some of your videos. Absolutely fantastic, guys. And I think actually maybe we could share some of your socials because you guys are all over it. You're on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Bandcamp. Plus, you have a regular old traditional website as well. Have I missed anything there?
Yeah, well, there's a few things about that. In the website, we have a section mostly with only jokes. An important part of our personality. Yeah, and we have an enigma, I'd say, like a puzzle that you might solve, but it's in Catalan. So probably you
might learn Catalan too, but it's
part of the enigma, you know. You
okay, well, that sounds like a challenge.
And then we have this platform called Coffee that's for people to give to do small donations to us. So that's something that if people out there want to do and just help us because we don't have concerts, it would be great.
So I'm just going to echo that actually, and I know that really musicians everywhere. There's just been this suddenly from around March, or maybe earlier for you guys. Everything stopped overnight for a long time, and really no one's really sure how long it will be before musicians can start to go out and earn money again. And it's left a lot of people kind of just relying on the generosity of others. So on behalf of the group, we're actually going to share now there is an English version of this called Buy Me a Coffee, and I'm going to share the link as well, and it's just Ko-fi. Or my Spanish is pretty bad, but I remember the last time I visited, one phrase that I remembered was "café con leche."
That's right.
How I take it. But if anybody is able to leave a donation for the group, and you can see scrolling across the bottom of the page there, the link to do it. It's ko-fi.com/El Pony Pisador. And then you would see this kind of page. And the idea is that you support creatives by buying them a coffee. You don't really buy them a coffee. What you do is you make a donation for about the amount of a coffee, or if you're feeling very generous, 700 coffees, something like that.
We appreciate that.
Gentlemen, just one comment before we ask you perhaps if you've got another song. But this comment comes from Ed Lawrence, or perhaps Edu Lawrence. He says he wants to know when you're going to have a TikTok account.
We have it. We do.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we missed that one.
There you go. So Ed, you heard it here first.
I think we're just start learning how to use it because
we're too old for TikTok now.
Well, I think we all are.
So, guys, I've got a question for you now. Every week when we do this is number 13. So you won't be surprised to know that we've done 12 of these already. And every week we've been choosing a word or a phrase from this book, which I'm going to bring up onto the screen. And it's a fantastic, very, very old book called Suffolk Words and Phrases. Now, Suffolk is where we're based, the county that we're based. And we're kind of centered around Lowestoft, which is the most easterly point of Suffolk and indeed the rest of the country. And this book dates from 1823, and it talks about very old Suffolk words and phrases. And every week we choose one at random and we ask people to kind of have a guess at what it might be. It's a rubbish competition because nobody can win anything, and we ask.
We love those. We love this kind of competition.
But I'm going to flash up the word now, and the word is called cabobbled.
Cabobbled.
And that is a very old Suffolk word. And I wonder if, which is a bit unfair to ask you and put you on the spot, but would one of you guys like to have a guess at what you think it might mean?
Can we have a clue or just...
Yeah, could you have a clue? No.
Yeah, the clue is it's nonsense.
As with many Suffolk words, in fact.
I would say it's like it's a verb, isn't it? It's like having a power nap inside of a taxi.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
I like the little spin you gave it there, inside a taxi, not just a power nap anywhere. Now, you've got to trust that taxi driver, haven't you? You really have, yeah. Anyway, we're not going to tell you what it is. We reveal it at the end. But anyway, it's just a load of nonsense, as Paul said. I wonder if you guys would be up for doing another song. Would that be okay?
Yeah, true.
Awesome. Well, we're going to do the same thing again. We'll bring your screen up full and we'll mute ourselves.
Cheers.
Un a capella, no?
Sí.
Tenim Paddy, Bully, Drop.
Fem boli, no? Fem boli, perquè si no...
Després
Sí,
mira,
però podem fer l'Aisoli primer, per Okay. The smartest clipper you can find.
A hey, a ho, a you must done.
Margaret Evans on the Blue Star Line.
So clear away the track and let the bull giant run. High rigging and a low back car. A hey, a ho, a you must done. With a Liza Lee on my knee. So clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
Oh, Margaret Evans on the Blue Star Line.
A hey, a ho, a you must done.
She's never a day behind the time.
So clear away the track and let the bull giant run. High rigging and a low back car. A hey, a ho, a you must done. With a Liza Lee on my knee. So clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
When we are bound to New York town.
A hey, a ho, a you must done.
Dance and volley goes around.
So clear away the track and let the bull giant run. High rigging and a low back car. A hey, a ho, a you must done. With a Liza Lee on my knee. So clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
When we are bound to Liverpool town.
A hey, a ho, a you must done.
Stand your whiskeys all around.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant run. High rigging and a low back car. A hey, a ho, a you must done. With a Liza Lee on my knee. So clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
Awesome. Absolutely brilliant.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I love the dynamics particularly. Absolutely fantastic. So look, look, we've got a very eagle-eyed viewer there. Laura Carter says, hope Mickey is okay. Noticed he has his arm in a sling.
Yeah, tell us a story.
Yeah, I had kind of an accident last day going with how do you call it in English? I think it's a scooter.
Moped, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. And I had a bit of an accident. It looks bad, but it's not as bad as it looks.
He got hit by a bus.
Yeah, I get it. No, that's not the point. Even better. I hit the bus. I just I braked when I could, so I just avoid being hit by the bus. And the result was that I hit the bus. So I think it's actually better if I can choose. And hopefully I will be playing violin in a month, more or less. So I hope I don't lose any technique.
I'm sure. No, I think I can testify to say that nobody has lost any technique whatsoever there. Now, I've got a comment here, and this is from Joanne, and she says, "Love the lockdown locks and beards." Now, Joanne, we can tell you that I think these guys have beards.
That isn't just lockdown.
Yeah, this is not just a lockdown. Charlie Moore says, "Superb," and
Rosie Booth says, "This is the best version ever."
Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Rosie also says, "Adria, your T-shirt is a mood. 1,000 points to any of you who remember what that means from Twitch."
Points to any of you who remember what that means from Twitch.
We don't know.
We don't know.
See,
we are too old for Twitch.
It means like it's relatable to you, and that's something we learned from you on Twitch. Like I think a month ago.
There you go. So Rosie, all the same, back to you. So one more comment I'm going to share, which is John Staton, and he says, "From the Bowcastle boys in Cornwall, these guys were fantastic at Falmouth last year." There you go. So there's a lot of love all over the country, in fact. So
I'm going to go for one more comment as well. This one's for Jaume Casanova Alberich. I got the puzzle 1 month ago. Haha, that was funny. We're going to be tapping him up to try and tell us what the deal was, so that we don't have to puzzle ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just going to do a quick kind of what we're doing here for anyone who's just tuned in and hasn't been with us from the beginning. So Paul and I, we lead the Rogue Shanty Chorus and also our own band, the Rogue Shanty Boys. And when lockdown happened here in the UK, which was around mid-March, we actually had to make the sad announcement that our authentic fishing choir, the most easterly fishing choir in the country, could no longer meet. And obviously a lot of our choir were disappointed about that, or at least we hope they were. And so in lieu of being able to rehearse, which we normally do on a Tuesday evening at the Seagull Theatre, which is the most easterly community theatre in the UK, we started to do some virtual rehearsals, and they soon turned into kind of broadcasts, and we started to get some special guests in, and we're on number 13. And so if anybody's watching and would like to kind of see some previous ones, there's 12 others out there that you can watch. And then on top of that, on a Monday evening, we've started to do some local history sessions about Lowestoft, a very, very old town, and we've got a fantastic, very knowledgeable guy called Ivan Bunn, historian and author, and really considered the world authority on the witch trials from the 17th century. And he does that with us on a Monday night. We host him live, and we've gotten some fantastic interest in that. But tonight we are here with El Pony Pisador, and there is a lot of love in the room for you guys. So we want to say thank you for joining us.
Before you go, could I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
So you mix a lot of styles and you do it very well, but it would seem that we know you best for sea shanties. We're very close to Great Yarmouth. You remember the Great Yarmouth Maritime Festival?
Yeah.
That's almost where we're based. We're very close to that, and we know you best for shanties. Would you say shanties is very popular in Barcelona as it is in Great Yarmouth? No, I didn't think it might be.
No. Maybe some people, because they play to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but there's not like kind of a tradition here.
Right.
I wouldn't even say they are a thing.
No.
Like
we are trying to.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're trying to make.
Yeah. You're blazing the trail.
So, do you think? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm sure everyone listening would love to hear a traditional Spanish song. Is that possible?
Well, we mostly sing in Catalan.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
We actually don't sing any Spanish song.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
But we can sing a Catalan song if you want.
That would be perfect. Go for that.
Yeah.
So this one is a traditional dance song.
Yes, but we're not good dancers, so I think we're just gonna sing and that's all. But if you wanna just have fun at your place, dance would be something like raising your hands like this and and just making little jumps, and that would be all.
That's what Catalans do.
Aquí tot estava això?
These and calçots. And
Sí, eh?
Italian reverse.
reverse Italian.
Yeah, reverse Italian. Explica'ns això, reverse Italian.
Yeah. So yeah, to dance, to correctly dance a sardana, you have to go Italian and then reverse. You know,
Italian, turn around,
reverse
clap
Italian.
your hands.
And then hold your hands, but now with the COVID situation,
Yeah. You should do it 2 feet apart. Quants són? 6 feet apart.
2 meters. We don't know. We're
Okay.
international system, so.
Oh, no!
Costa Brava, ric tresor del mar nostrat, on sembrava l'increat, la bellesa més sublim del món. Amb tos cales i tos caps joguinejant, vins i llones van brasant, viles, llars i tradicions. I de tots els pobles del teu vell bressol, la perla més bonica és nostra vila. I de tots els pobles del teu vell bressol, la perla més bonica, Tossa de Mar. Al recer de 3 muralles, si l'avi compta els nens al seu retorn. El jovent caient la tarda, cara al mar van tornant l'himne d'amor. A les nits les naus titilen, estrelles del mar blau que donen vida. Tremant els llops de mar amb traça altiva, la pesqueria que es fa pels fills. Costa Brava, ric tresor del mar nostrat, on sembrava l'increada bellesa més sublim del món. Amb tos cales i tos caps joguinejant, vins i ones van brasant, viles, llars i tradicions. I de tots els pobles del teu vell bressol, la perla més bonica és nostra vila. I de tots els pobles del teu vell bressol, la perla més bonica, Tossa de Mar.
Very nice. Thank you, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And a lot of comments again. Look, Rosie Booth says yes, and I can't count how many S's there are on that. Michelle Gallagher, and we happen to know that Michelle is a dance teacher, and she says love the dance move explanation. Laura Carter says that dance is now just known as the reverse Italian. And then lots of other comments as well. And now H says, can we have the yodeling octopus song? That sounds like a story.
La fem.
That's the face, H. That's the face.
Now, we must say, in our country, we get the chance to see you, as I said, in Great Yarmouth regularly, and what a pleasure it is. Do you think your UK tour might happen again soon? Will you reschedule it?
We'll try.
We'll try, definitely we'll try. But nowadays, nobody knows.
No, of course.
So it's kind of an uncertainty when we can travel, when anyone can travel. So we'll try. We definitely will try to reschedule all the gigs in the UK.
Okay. Well, in that case, we implore everybody to get onto the website that we're displaying and have a good look and find out when you guys are back in the UK, because it really is such a pleasure, and we don't always realize when you're here, but now that we're acquainted with you and we've made that connection again, what a fantastic thing to see you actually live, and it really is a pleasure, I can tell everybody.
Yeah, and some more comments there. So good, bravo. And there's a message there from Steve Piper. He says, seen them quite a few times at Yarmouth with my dog. They may remember him. He's quite large. When will they be back? Missing them. Well, Steve, unfortunately, Great Yarmouth Maritime is not happening this year. Should have been early September. It's not happening, but go on the website and they're going to announce the dates for 2021 very, very soon, I understand. And hopefully the ponies will be coming along to that.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
If we can.
I think it's also good news for us to know that there's a dog between our fans. We actually didn't know. And of course, if it's a large dog, I mean, if it's better. I feel flattered.
Yeah,
It's almost the size of a pony.
Very good, very good. Claire Morgan there, loved hearing the ponies. Disappointed not to be able to see them at the Falmouth Shanty Festival, which should have been this weekend. Of course, yeah. So a lot of disappointed Shanty fans not being able to catch you at Falmouth this weekend. What a shame, and what a shame for the festival as well. Michelle says, fantastic guest this evening. Muchas gracias.
Now, we're not trying to keep you guys too long because we know that you're ahead of us in time. But I noticed the guitars come out. Does that mean that we might be able to tease one more song from you fellas?
Sure. Yeah, we were going to do the octopus yodeling song because. Can we do 2 songs?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
There is one song that we want to do because we love it, and then we do the octopus song because
we love it.
We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely, guys. There's a lot of appreciation. So I think if you could take in a whole lot of people wouldn't mind.
So the first one is a song from our first album. It's called Concili Cefalòpoda de Malgrat de Mar. That means, ha 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 ha, you don't understand nothing.
It means like octopuses meet in some village near the sea to discuss about music.
And there's a spoiler in the chat, so yes, it's yodeling time.
And sorry, Age, we're gonna make the short version, but we cannot make the long one. But you can go to Spotify.
Estrofa, yodel, canvi de tempo.
Sí.
Però faig l'intro.
Sí.
Vinga.
Venga.
Nàutils, sèpies, poms i calamars.
Quan s'escalfa l'aigua i arriba l'estiu i a les nits comença a clarejar. I a les bestioles surten del seu niu a les costes de Malgrat de Mar. Es troben per les roques vora l'espigó i debaten sobre el món marí. Que la música els agrada molt a tots, però sempre els porta a discutir. I aquest matí els poms arriben que volen poder cantar la nit i a la que no necessiten descansar que ja dormiran demà i a la i cada any passa el mateix, mai no es posen d'acord. Ells com poden fer soroll els animals del port i m'agrada una llarga discussió. Trobar cap solució al final s'han posat a cantar perquè és inútil discutir sobre un tema tan vulgar. El concili Cefalòpoda de Malgrat de Mar.
Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. And a lot of appreciation for that song as well. So I tell you what, guys, I'm just going to actually just come back to a couple of things that we want to mention on your behalf. One is all your social links and website. And that is elponipisador.com. And then you're also on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Bandcamp. And we understand TikTok as well.
Yes.
So, ladies and gents, if you're out there, we've got El Pony Pisador, the ponies, playing live for the first time since March. And guys, we've got people all over the UK, like literally the length and breadth. I'm going to read out some more places where people are from. Lowestoft, well, that's not so far from us actually, but Cambridge, Plymouth, Beccles, Ashford, Kent, Pensacola in Florida, Eugene in Oregon, USA, Teignmouth, Catalan. Is that place? Catalan, Badalona, Barcelona, and lots more besides that from what we read earlier. But the other thing I really wanted to mention for you guys was your Buy Me a Coffee link. And I'm just going to bring up the page that everybody would see if they were to visit this link, which is www.ko-fi, which is Spanish for coffee, .com/El Pony Pisador. So that's www.ko-fi.com/El Pony Pisador. And if you want to buy them a coffee, you don't really buy them a coffee. It's just a kind of a virtual gesture. And you can buy them for the equivalent of about the cost of a coffee, or you can be more generous than that if you want. And we're also, I guess we should just share your most recent album cover, which is Matricula un Galera. I hope that's not too embarrassing for me to say. But I know that you've got loads more albums beside, and people can get those from your website, can't they?
Yes.
Brilliant. So,
gentlemen, I think you've been going for about 6 years now, together?
Yes.
Yeah. So lots of material out there for people to buy. But buy it all. Just go. We know how great these guys are, and we are so chuffed that you've joined us tonight, so that we can share amongst the people that view us. Our only problem now is how on earth do we follow this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to read a few more comments out as well, just before you go into your next song. Rosie Booth, I have it open on my computer, ready for the end of the stream. So she's ready to go for it. Louise Forster, 3 claps and a thumbs up. Marion Bichert says, need to come to Canada. I think she's talking about you guys. Laura Carter, that's 3 claps. Martha Knox Forrester, that was really great. Thanks. Sue Day, ahoy there. Oh, Sue, I see what you did. Michelle Gallagher, 4 claps. Rosie Booth, speed yodeling. And Rosie Booth also says, I am now determined to learn this on the recorder I bought because Marty made recorders cool.
Hey, well done, Marty.
Maybe the best comment there, Joanne Hodges. I think this is my new favourite song. So there you go. H Warboys. Actually, we're going to finish with this comment from H, because he says donations are easy to Ko-fi do it. So yeah, it's so easy to do. You can do it by PayPal or debit or credit card. If you want to pay a lot of money, that'll be a credit card, I expect. If you want to be extremely generous, but it's very, very friendly to do.
One more time, thank you, El Pony Pisador. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. It's been a real pleasure to host you this evening, and it's the first time you've been singing and playing together since March, and we're humbled. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you at future events, and please do say hello to Stephen and I. We can't wait.
Lovely.
Oh, great. Yeah. Do we have time for the last song?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just before that, I think that there's this plan we have, because we don't have any concerts for the next few months. So we're going to probably be streaming weekly, something like this. And we're not going to be playing music until Mikel gets well from his bust. But we got the gear to do a live stream, with good quality. So whoever is out there and would like to listen to more from us, just follow us, and we'll be doing weekly or monthly, 2. Yeah, with some kind of regularity, we're going to be streaming. So,
fantastic. One request though, can you make it not on a Tuesday night, please?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Don't worry about that.
So what's the last song that you're going to delight us with?
Okay, this song, I think I'm sure you have heard it if you're into sea shanties. but there's a special thing in the end of it, and we love it. It's called a tack, and as far as I know, it's a technique used in the barbershop singing style, and it's basically that the highest voice singer keeps the same note for a really, really, really long time, and the others just switch the notes to get to the, this amazing end. And I hope my friend Adria gets to.
I will try.
Those 30 seconds of note.
Okay.
So, I think the song, it's a very typical song. It's "Bully in the Alley."
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alleyway, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. Sally's the girl that I love dearly, way, bully in the alley. Sally's the girl that I splice dearly, bully on Shimbona. So, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. For 7 long years I go to little Sally, way, bully in the alley. Now she did was Dilly and Dolly, bully on Shimbona. So, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. I left my sail, I went a-sailing, way, bully in the alley. With my sheep and went a-whaling, bully on Shimbona. So, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. I thought I heard the old man saying, way, bully in the alley. One more pull and we'll be laying, bully on Shimbona. So, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. So, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully on Shimbona. Bully on Shimbona, bully on Shimbona. Help me, Bob, bully on Shimbona.
Oh my goodness. How fantastic. Very nice ending. Very nice indeed. Very tasty. So a few comments there. Look, David Woods, thank you very much. What a lovely evening. Rosie Booth, this has been so wonderful. Muchas gracias. El Pony Pisador. I'm not gonna continue to read that and embarrass myself. And then Laura Carter says, this has made my evening wonderful. Thank you. Then Jean says fantastic. Rosie Booth says, Adria being awesome. Comments coming in thick and fast now. Will Walker, haha, that was great. David Woods, clap, clap, clap. Joanne Hodges, amazing. Yeah, Joanne's a singer we know, so she'd have certainly appreciated that little musical touch at the end. And Rosie Booth says, best evening. So, Marion Bichette again from Canada. Thanks, fantastic. Thanks so much, Marion. If you know any folk clubs or festivals, you need to ask your people to get in touch with the ponies to get them over to Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, is there anything else you wanted to say or promote or mention before you go?
Yeah. Well, we have this website, another website.
This thing. We can promote this thing and this one.
And
also.
this one, we have this website that is called radio.com. It is in our website. So
yeah, you have the link there.
Yeah, if you want, just I think we have 3 kinds of shirts, the 2 albums, key holder,
keychain, T-shirt, and tankard. We are selling tankards.
Tankard, yes.
We don't have one to show you, but they're like this, but with our logo here.
So, good.
I need to get me a tankard. I'm going to get on the website and order one. Absolutely.
One last time, El Pony Pesado, gentlemen, thank you so much. You've been a pure pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Keep safe, keep well, and thank you so much for joining us. And we will let you know. We'll give you a tag with all the extra comments that will come in that haven't quite made it. But thanks once again, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And stay tuned because there's going to be like a lot of new material and a lot of new stuff from the next month. So just stay tuned.
Right, you heard it here, guys. Just not on a Tuesday, please. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. See you later. Thank you.
Bye. Good evening.
So that was the Ponies, El Pony Pesado. Wonderful, wonderful group, all the way from Barcelona, and Spain just slightly ahead of us in terms of their relaxing restrictions. And so those guys, I think literally from about a few days ago, were able to be together in the same room. And it's the first time that they've performed together since March. So in about just over 3 months. And
I think also, Stephen, slightly ahead of us in terms of talent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know, where do we go with that? Look, if
I don't know, I'm gonna launch in with a song just to get it going again. Slightly embarrassing, but I'm gonna go for one that our regular Rogue Shanty Chorus members would know. This is called "Blow Ye Winds." This is a song based in the whaling trade. As we know, they would use every tiny bit of the whale. They'd put it up on the beach, boil it down, and make sure that nothing was wasted of the whale. And this song tells a lot about that kind of industry. Now, whaling songs, certainly a lot of the ones that we have in our repertoire, they tend to be quite maudlin, very sad, because let's face it, the industry was a very hard one. I'm not going to grow beards, Joanna. But it was a really.
Vanessa says, "Oh, I missed this." Well, Vanessa, we're still going, but I suggest that you rewind the stream, which you can do, and catch El Pony Pesado live with us from Barcelona. If anybody was watching just for El Pony Pesado and the Ponies, please don't leave us now. Just stick around for a little bit, won't you? Hopefully, you'll enjoy some other shanties with a non-Catalan flavour.
And the next shanty is "Blow Ye Winds," one of the very few upbeat whaling songs. It goes like this. "'Tis advertised in Boston, New York, and Buffalo, 100 hardy sailors a whaling for to go, singing, blow ye winds a morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. They tell you of the clipper ships a running in and out. They say you'll take 500 whales before you're 6 months out, singing, blow ye winds a morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. The skippers on the after deck are squinting at the sails, when up above the lookout spots a mighty school of whales, singing, blow ye winds of the morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. They lower down the boatsman, boys, and after him we'll travel. But if you get too near his tail, he'll kick you to the devil, singing, blow ye winds of the morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Now that he is ours, my boys will bring him alongside the Nova with our blubber hooks and rob him of his hide, singing, blow ye winds of the morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. When we get home, a ship made fast, and we get through our sailing, a brimming glass around we'll pass, and hang this blubber whaling, singing, blow ye winds of the morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear, and blow, boys, blow, singing, blow ye winds of the morning, blow ye winds, hi-ho, haul away your running gear, and blow, boys, blow.
Very nice, Paul. Thank you very much. Okay, so Blow You In. So the version that we learned that from was primarily, I'd say, the Kingston Trio, fantastic folk group who were in themselves a huge influence on the Beach Boys. And actually their cover of Sloop John B went on to persuade Al Jardine, to persuade Brian Wilson, to persuade the record company to rework it and record it. And then they rewrote the lyrics and actually made that song about not so much a sea trip, but a drugs trip, as was the suggestion of the record company. But anyway, that was not this song. Paul was singing "Blow Ye Winds," and there's certainly a very American version of that, and there's a very English version of that in terms of the lyrics. Very, very different, exactly the same melody. all comments there. Michelle, love this song. Well, that's very nice of you, Michelle. It all seems a little bit damp now, doesn't it? Just the energy that the ponies brought was lovely, but it just feels a bit British, stoic, and kind of controlled now, doesn't it?
Yes, perhaps we should have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I think we should. I'm going to mention a few things that normally we might have done at the beginning, actually. Jean Mitchell says, "Oh, very nice too. Lovely song. Please do sing more if that don't cut out." We certainly plan to. Yeah, absolutely, Jean. Now, a couple of things we ought to mention. One is that we are funded by the fantastic People's Health Trust and grant that they have called Active Communities, and the idea of Active Communities is that they keep communities active. So we want to say thank you to them for supporting us to continue to do this through lockdown, to come with live broadcasts on a weekly basis in lieu of a normal rehearsal, because on a Tuesday evening this is where we would be with our fishing choir, and obviously we've got a lot of people from all over the world tuning in this evening. I'm going to mention a few of them. We've got Bristol, UK, Galston, Reading, Harrogate, Great Yarmouth, Barcelona, Somerleyton, Lowestoft, Badalona, Barcelona, Beccles, Plymouth, eastern part of Poland, Sussex, west coast of USA, Cambridge, Plymouth again, Ashford, Kent, Pensacola, Florida, Eugene, Oregon, USA, Teignmouth, Norwich, UK, Poland. Yeah, so lots of different places.
Some very diverse places. I love the way that you just slip in all of the B's. You go from Beccles to Barcelona to Bungay, and as if it's normal to hear those three place names in one sentence.
Oh, and Vanessa, Vanessa was fairly local to us, and then she moved to Ireland. So I hope you're doing really well, Vanessa. And
I'm sure it was nothing personal.
No, I don't think it was. Yeah. Shortly after working with us on a maritime themed project, Vanessa moved far away. Hopefully, it was nothing to do with anything we did. But I hope you're well, Vanessa, and thanks for tuning in. So a couple of things we want to mention now is we've got this fantastic book called Suffolk Words and Phrases, and that's by a wonderful guy called Edward Moore. It's printed in 1823, and on a weekly basis we take a word out of that book at random, and we ask you to guess what it might mean. And usually the word is peculiar to Suffolk, and this week the word is cabobbled.
Now we've had a few suggestions on this. I forget who, but a couple of people wondered if it might mean confused, which I think is a good guess.
Yeah, so we'll find out at the end, I guess. But so few people might have guessed correctly, or they may not have done. But we will find out anyway. If you're just joining us now for the first time, rewatch the session again. We had a fantastic band called El Pony Pisador from Barcelona, and they've just managed to get together for the first time, and they've sung live together on our stream for the first time since March. And fantastic group. And you can check them out on the web. They're on everything. They're on Spotify and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and
TikTok. I will just say, actually, they were very special guests, but we aim to have a special guest join us, at least one special guest each broadcast. Tonight happened to be El Pony Pisado. Previously, we've had the wonderfully talented Damien Barber. We've also had some incredible local people, such as Kevin Barnard. We have regular Monday sessions on history with the local Lowestoft legend, Ivan Bunn. We've had a whole host of special guests, and coming up next week will be a gentleman very close to our hearts because he went to the same school as us. His name's Zeb Soanes, and he's actually a continuity announcer, and I think he'd say that better than I can. The Zeb Soanes.
Yeah. So we're here, as Paul just mentioned, we're here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Doing a live stream broadcast and bringing you some shanties and some information, a kind of conversational style video podcast. But anyway, I think I'm going to do a song. Do you think, Paul?
Yeah, go on. While you get your geet ready, I'm just going to speak up and say hello to Jackie Draper and presumably to Barry Draper, the lovely Drapers. We're a big fan of the... I sound insincere, but we're a big fan of the Drapers. Now, Jackie Draper says, could it mean tangled? And I guess I'm thinking of perhaps a sewing machine. If you get your bobbin kabobbled, that could be a right kerfuffle.
You do not want to get your bobbin kabobbled, do you? Carly says, Could it mean you could be puzzled by something or confused? Maggie says, that's what I thought, Carly. Sounds like it. So I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we? But anyway, I'm going to do a song now. This is a song that our chorus does. It's in their repertoire, and it's a song called The Mary Ellen Carter by the fantastic Canadian musician called Stan Rogers. And yeah,
we know the Liam Clancy version quite well, and we do a similar version or something between the two. Stephen, I love the way you sing this. Take it away.
Oh, bless him. That's nice. He obviously wants something, but I'm going to bring up the lyrics first and share them. So you're very welcome to sing along. And rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking and the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock and she was dealt her mortal blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We'd work like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. And the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to proclaim, make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would be spent. She gave 20 years of service, then met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, they let her rest below. Then they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in hard hat suit and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow. Never have the strength to go below. But we've patched her rents, we've stopped her vents, dog hatch and porthole down. Put cables to her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the string and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who love her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Oh, we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. And the laughing, drunken rats who left her sorry, little brave, they won't be laughing then another day. And you whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling rats lying to you everywhere you go. Turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart may be broken and your life about to end, no matter matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Needed to put that resolve in there, okay. So the Mary Ellen Carter by the wonderful Stan Rogers, and just briefly I forgot that not only have we got some Canadian viewers in the stream, but also Stan Rogers was hugely popular with the Polish. I can't say that after a few shandies, let alone shanties.
Some fantastic comments, including from Marion Bouchette on the Canadian link there. She says, "Yay, Canadian content." As we know, she's from British Columbia, specifically CA. I'm not sure what CA means, but it must be the district. Jean Mitchell says, "Very nice too, lovely song." Oh no, sorry, that was one we've already had.
Oh, come on, Jean Mitchell. He is my friend, and I know his parents, Reverend Robertson. I think you're talking about Zeb there, not Stan Rogers, are you?
Now, Kasia Marcin-Kauska, she says, "I love Stan Rogers." I don't know if Mrs. Rogers knows that, but she says, "Your version is lovely as well." That's a lovely, lovely message. Thank you very much, Cassia.
Yeah, thank you, Cassia. Absolutely. And then Marion Bichette says the lyrics of this song are part of the Canadian citizenship test. Absolutely. David Wood says a great, and then he has another run up and says a great song.
Hello, David, and hello to Janet as well.
And Marion, I think you're being very kind. So yeah, absolutely, David. Look, David says the last two verses say it all. Absolutely, they do. And if anybody has a mind to, I would recommend that you check out the Liam Clancy version. It's on YouTube, and his spoken introduction to it lasts almost as long as the song. But as he does with all the songs that he introduces, he kind of sets it up absolutely perfectly to make that last verse very sentimental. So anyway.
Now, Jean Mitchell, she says, "Lovely song there. I'm going to send your show to my friend and my sister through WhatsApp." That's very kind of you, Jean. And I would implore anybody watching tonight, not just because we had the fantastic El Pony Pisado guesting with us, and they were absolutely amazing. But please do share this to anybody in your friend list, anybody in your stream, in your feed. Send it across all kinds of social media. We would love to get some new members. We have a fantastic membership right now of original Rogue Shanty Chorus members. We've gained many along the way through these online sessions and broadcasts, and we have some people that are viewing us for the first time tonight. It could well be that El Pony Pesado have gained us some extra followers, but they were absolutely fantastic, just as fantastic as some of our previous guests, and we have been really blessed. And of course, we've got some more coming up very soon. As Stephen said, our next week's guest will be Zeb Soanes.
Yeah, and I'm going to pick up actually on a comment that Jean Mitchell made, because Jean said, "I know him and I know his father." So we presume she's not talking about Stan. She must be talking about Zeb. Now Zeb, as Paul said earlier, Zeb went to the same school as us. So we grew up in Lowestoft, which is where our Shanty choir is based. And Zeb is actually a broadcaster, very successful broadcaster. Works for Radio 4 and not just Radio 4, but at one time he was actually voted the most recognisable voice in the UK. And that's quite a thing. And Zeb has very graciously agreed to come and join our stream next week, which will be next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. And Zeb, aside from many other things, is actually a children's author as well. And his book Gaspard the Fox. Hopefully, we'll get to hear a bit about that. But so that's next week, and so I don't know what date that will be, but it will be next Tuesday anyway. And that's Zeb Soanes joining us live.
Now, we have a message from Declan Walsh. Hello, Declan. I believe you're the first-time viewer tonight. He says, "Greetings from the mutineers from Sligo." I guess that's County Sligo on the west coast of Ireland. Well, that's fantastic to have not just Vanessa viewing us from Ireland, but also Declan Walsh. You're very welcome, and thank you for joining us.
And Declan, we'd love to get an Irish. We haven't yet had an Irish folk group on yet, or sea shanty group. So Declan, get in touch, give us a message to our page. We've had guests from tonight from Barcelona, but also British Columbia and several places around the UK. We'd love to get an Irish band on. I love Irish music. So if you'd be willing to, or if one of your guys would be willing to, get in touch and send us a message, please. We got a song, Paul?
Yeah, I've got one. This one's a little bit more restrained. This is a lovely song. Now, coming up, I'm not sure if it's going to be next week alongside Zeb Sounds or in the following weeks. Who knows? You'll have to keep tuning in. But we are going to be joined by our very, very good friends, the Wards, John Ward, Lynn Ward. They're not just our friends. They are wonderful, wonderful musicians. That they have a very good knowledge of shanties, but they write and produce the most amazing original compositions as well. Now, in honor of them, not because I play it well, but because they play it well, I'm going to sing the Mingulay Boat Song. One of our regular members, John Hardman and Sally, hope you're both well and can't wait to see you both soon. John sings this incredibly well, and he's got a lovely, a lovely, very rich, deep bass register. I don't possess that, so I'm going to do this slightly differently. Hopefully he can still sing along at home, and as soon as we can meet with him, I'll absolutely hand the reins of this song, which is the Mingulay Boat Song. If you know it and you like it, please join in at home. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave a head round to the weather. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingulay. What care we though? White the minches, what care we though? The wind and weather, what care we though? Every inch is closer homeward to Mingulay. Oh. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave a head round to the weather. Heave yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingulay. Wives are waiting by the pier, gazing seaward from the heather. Heave a head around and we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingulay. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave a head round all together. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing home to Mingulay. Ships returning, heavy laden, mothers hauling, their bands are crying. We'll return, boys, when the sun sets. We'll return home to Mingulay. let her go, boys. Heave her head round to the weather. Heel your home, boys. Let her go, boys. Sailing home, home to Mingulay.
Well, very nice. I like that very much. Slightly bluesy version. By the way, I guess we should say a couple of things, really. One is that we tend to do predominantly the repertoire of the Rogue Shanty Chorus, and they have got a lot of songs in their repertoire, but we also do some other ones as well, sometimes some that just take our fancy. And the other thing is, if you're kind of singing along at home and you're a member of our choir and you think, I don't know it like that, it's just a little bit now and again we'll put in a slight variation, and Paul just put in a really nice kind of some blues chords underneath that. But then the other thing was, we did get a slight lag in that song, and so we're going to promise you that wasn't Paul's lack of kind of
No.
It suddenly gets a bit faster and then it slows down, and we promise that's just the technology, not the an error between the microphone and guitar.
Now, we should say that even some of our very own Rogue Shanty chorus probably find that a little bit unrecognizable. Now, Jade Lazarus, she says, "Ooh, I love Mingulay," and I hope she still loves Mingulay after I finished. Jean Mitchell, she says, "I'm also a first-time viewer, and I will definitely tune into your show next Tuesday, which is the 16th of June." Thank you for letting us know that, because we had totally.
Thank you, Jean. Yeah, I mean, the thing about lockdown is, although things are relaxing a bit, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what date it is. I don't even know what month or year it is, if I'm honest. So,
I'm not sure I care.
Yeah. But anyway, look, we've got a little while to go yet. We're probably going to finish a little later than our usual 9 p.m. because there's a couple more songs we want to get in. But stick around and please click share. You can still do that. It's not too late, even though we're coming towards the end, because you can watch this later. But I guess we ought to say a couple of things. One is just a reminder about our words of the week. Kabobbled. I don't know. Should we announce that, Paul, now?
Yeah, I think we should. Otherwise, we will forget.
Yeah, we will forget. And then people say, what about the word? So kabobbled, and that's actually taken from our book here, which is Suffolk Words and Phrases by the wonderful Edward Moore, printed originally in 1823. And Suffolk didn't have a dialect, but it certainly did have a lot of words and phrases that were peculiar to it. And it's actually surprising, even 200 years later, how many of the words, and we generally tend to avoid those, but how many of the words actually kind of carry on and are slightly used or slightly changed, but very similar. But anyway, to tonight's word. Now, a lot of you had this, so this must have been one of those words that actually kind of lingered on for 200 years. It means confused or puzzled. Why you wholly kabobble me? There you go. It is a verb, something similar, but meaning rather amazed or confounded. Stam. So stam is almost an opposite verb to that. But kabobbled means confused or puzzled. And an example of using it is, why you wholly kabobble me? So there you go. I think,
and it's a bit like the word discombobulated.
Maybe it is, yeah, absolutely.
I'd just like to pay tribute to the Woods, not just David Woods, but also Janet Woods. David Woods says, "We love the bluesy fields of Mingulay," and that means a lot to me because David and Janet are both very accomplished musicians. They've played across the UK as well as across France for quite a long time, and I very much respect them as musicians, and that means a lot to me. So thank you very much, David and Janet.
Yeah, do you know? And it's funny actually. Paul very much respects other musicians that compliment him. He doesn't particularly respect anyone who doesn't. Isn't that right, Paul?
Get them.
But no, absolutely we do. So thank you very much for the comment, guys. There's a couple of other things we ought to share. One is that's to say that we're funded through the People's Health Trust, and that's an organisation that fund our wider project because we run a sea shanty choir based in Lowestoft in Suffolk, in East Anglia, the UK. But we also do a wider project which generally is about celebrating the associated heritage of the fishing industry of North and East Suffolk. And we want to say thank you to the People's Health Trust to support us, allowing us to continue these live stream broadcasts through lockdown and while we can't physically meet together. One other thing we ought to say, which is a tiny bit of boring housekeeping, I know, is that if you want to find out more about what we're doing and when we can restart and the history sessions with local historian and author Ivan Bunn, you can join our MailChimp emailing list. So if you've got a smartphone, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. If you haven't got a smartphone or you can't get the camera out quick enough, just give us a message and say, can you add my email to the list? Okay. And then the final one is, we don't push this very much, but a lot of people do ask. And so we do, we do share it. But if you would like to make a donation, it's free to watch. But if you'd like to make a donation to what we're doing, you can do so by clicking on paypal.me/online choir. I think that's about all we need to say, Paul, isn't it?
I think that is on that. I'm going to read out a couple of more comments. Again from the woods. Paul, don't make us laugh. I love to make you laugh, but I'm 100% wholeheartedly sincere on this. Kasia Marcinkowska, she said, "Yay! I finally managed to win the nothing prize tonight." Now that nothing prize is really quite something. It's not just nothing; it's quite something. And she says, "But really, I'm so surprised I actually managed to get this word right." Well, congratulations, Kasia. If anybody wasn't quite aware, Kasia is joining us from Poland, and very pleased we are to have a Polish contingent. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody from Poland, but especially Kasia, because she managed to get kabobbled correct.
Yeah, wonderful. So, Carly, picking up on the word as well, I thought it was that word as I sometimes use that word. Oh, well, there you go. So it still is in use. And then a couple of other comments. I also loved your rendition. No worries. There you go, Paul. And then David and Janet would say, just stop now before you dig an even bigger hole, Paul. Well, too late. So I'm going to do a song now. And this is, our choir are going to know this song. But if you're not a member of our choir, you might be slightly unlikely. It might be slightly unlikely that you will know it because it's a very rare song. And it's a murder ballad, and it dates back to 1618, based on supposedly a true story, which were recorded in the annals of King James and King Charles the First. And it's about a man. The song tells the story of a man who goes to sea and makes his fortune. He comes from a very modest family, goes off to sea, and he makes his fortune. Comes back after several years, but he's been gone away so long that his parents assume that he died at sea. His mother died of a broken heart, and he comes back and he finds that actually his father and his sister and then his stepmother have fallen on extremely hard times, real poverty. And as a surprise, he knocks on their door, and his father doesn't recognize him, so he just asks if he can stay the night.
I should just point out at this juncture that his father and his stepmother are actually running an inn to try and make it ends meet.
Thank you for that, Paul. And he stays the night, and they realize that she's got some very fine clothes on him and a very full purse. And the stepmother persuades the father to murder him in his sleep so they can steal his money out of desperation. And the sister comes to their house the next day, and she recognizes her brother. And as a result of saying to her father what has happened, the father dies of a broken heart, realizing what he's done. But anyway, this isn't really a sing-along one, so although we have lyrics we could put up, I don't think we're going to. And it's a song called "The Unnatural Murder." It goes back in print to the year 1618. All you who have children, dear, now hear this tale of woe. The history of this tragedy I now to you will show. A happy couple at Penryn had a son who went to sea, and after 15 years returned his parents for to see. He to their cot disguised did go, a shelter from the cold, And ere he laid him down to sleep, showed all his wealth and gold. The mother to the father went in anxious, breathless haste, and told of treasures she had seen around the stranger's waist. The father then by Satan led did take the killer's part. He stole the cursed gold away and stabbed his own boy's heart. And scarce before the parents yet had seen the morrow's light, their daughter came with joy to ask of the sailor their last night. She said, "It is my brother James who long at sea has roved. He's come back home to share his wealth with those he dearly loved." Oh, when they found their murdered youth was their own darling boy, most frightful horror seized their minds and bitterly they cried. The guilty pair then slew themselves, their sin they could not hide, and the broken-hearted daughter sank to the ground and died. Okay, so that was The Unnatural Murder. It goes back in print, supposedly based on a true story, or certainly was based on a true story. We don't know how much of the elements were actually correct, but recorded in the annals of King James and King Charles I, The Unnatural Murder. Another comment from Cassia. Great song. I've never heard this one. Yeah, it's certainly not a particularly well-known one, but we do love a murky murder ballad, Cassia, here in Suffolk, and so it's a great one. And just the element of being a true story grabbed us as well. David Woods, many thanks once again. Really good show. Must go now to catch the last episode of The A Word. Oh, all right, David. No,
the A Word, is that the annals? Because you mentioned that song was right up there in King James's annals, and that could be quite painful.
Absolutely. Carly Franklin, I love this song. Charlie Moore, double clap. I think, Charlie, you gave the ponies 4 claps earlier. Okay.
But there was 5 of them.
True that. So proportionally, she preferred. Yeah.
Your clap's in.
Absolutely. Okay, so just one more time, we're just going to remind ourselves who our special guests were tonight. The Ponies, or to give their proper name, El Pony Pisado, a Catalan fantastic folk group singing sea shanties and folk songs, both English and Catalan and Spanish as well, although they don't sing in Spanish. You can check them out. They're everywhere. They've got a website. They've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Bandcamp, Spotify, the lot. And we want to say thank you very much. Fantastic, super group, and lots of energy they brought to the show. And next week, we also have this guy, the fantastic Zeb Soanes, Lowestoft guy, and very popular broadcaster.
And a lovely guy to boot. Where we've had the pleasure of working with him with our group, the Rogue Shanty Boys, singing alongside a presentation of his, and he has quite a diverse career. He's involved in lots of different projects, but as I say, a really nice chap.
Yeah. Oh, look, Charlie has redeemed herself. She put 5 claps on there. Marion Bichert says, happy to hear one where the father is the murderer for a change. Usually it's the cruel mother. Do you know what? I think actually you're right. Now we
hang on. Because it's actually in the lyrics, it's the mother that suggests, or the stepmother, the wicked stepmother, that suggests that the father does the murder.
Yeah. Now, Paul, I wonder if we could, I just want to preview a song that we might be introducing next week. Would that be all right?
That's exactly where I was going to next, actually. And it's interesting because the Ponies, they gave us a rendition of Bully in the Alley, which we profiled recently for a new song for our members. Bully in the Alley, and as a fine song. We didn't do that fantastic barbershop chorus ending that they managed, and I doubt we ever will, because that was quite special. But you're absolutely right. We have a new song coming up. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life.
Yeah, rest of your life.
Yeah, rest of your life.
See what we did there. And it's a song called Sally Brown. It goes like this.
Bang.
What?
That's the wrong Sally Brown. I made this clear. I made this very clear. That's not the Sally Brown as sung by Buster Bloodvessel.
Oh dear. Did we tell anyone that we supported Buster Bloodvessel?
I don't know, but if you're up there.
Yeah, that was a different life. Wonderful guy. He likes to drink, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, not just him, but his band as well. And he
I've got it fixed now. Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent, Paul. Let's sing a song, shall we?
Yeah. We will be profiling very soon a new song for our members, the Rogue Shanty Chorus. It will be Sally Brown, but it's the Shanty Sally Brown. It's not the Scar favourite Sally Brown, not at all. Although that's a great song, the Shanty is more appropriate in these live sessions.
Okay, shall I take first verse or two?
Why don't you take all of it? Because I've totally forgotten it.
Okay. Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. Way roll and go, and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Well, her father likes a tarry sailor. Way we roll and go, and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Sally Brown, she likes a good scrumpy. Way we roll and go, she likes a bit of the rumpy pumpy. Way we roll and go, and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. Way we roll and go, and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Sally Brown, she's a fine young lady. Way we roll and go, and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Yeah, we spend our money on Sally Brown. Spend our money on Sally Brown and a cuckoo maca stick.
Cuckoo maca stick.
Yeah, a little Scar reference, really. Okay, so we're almost out of time. Aren't we, Paul? Anything we need to mention or recap on?
No, I'm just going to recap on one thing you said, which was, of course, that we're very, very grateful to our funders, People's Health Trust, and particularly the Active Communities Program. This funding doesn't just enable us to do these live broadcasts via Facebook, or as we call them, the Shanty sessions. This is number 13, and 14th will be next week. But they've also been enabling us to
12.
Say again.
Was last week's 12?
Last week's was 12, I believe, and this is the 13th. So coming up will be the 14th. But that people will have to wait till next week. We've got some fantastic guests lined up for the coming weeks. Somehow they're going to have to top El Pony Pisador. But as I say, the Active Communities Program from the People's Health Trust has been not just supporting us via these live sessions, but supporting us when we actually have met in person with real people and seen their actual faces and heard their actual voices at the Seagull Theatre, where we meet every other week, every other Tuesday for our regular sessions. We've worked with people of all ages, from 2 years old to 90 years young, all abilities, from experienced musicians to those just starting to explore their love of music. Now, these broadcasts are led by Stephen and myself. That's in direct response to the social distancing measures put in place to safeguard the UK public against COVID-19. But it does provide a means of staying connected with our members, and also for our members to connect with our members and to connect with us and to continue to engage with new people during this time. So if you're one of our new people or our newest members of the Rogue Shanty Chorus, good on you, and thank you very much for joining us. And we look forward to welcoming and greeting you for the next session, which will be next Tuesday, which will be live stream episode number 14.
Yeah. Before that, though, we've got Ivan Bunn again. So next week at 7:30 p.m, we've got number 5 with Ivan Bunn, local author, historian and legend. You can see the previous 4 on our Facebook page, but as usual he goes live and he talks about everything from Sparrow's Nest to the disappeared beach village and beach community, to Kirkley, to the parishes and boundaries of Lowestoft, to the business of Lowestoft, to the witch trials of Lowestoft, and lots more besides. Catch him on a Monday morning. Absolutely fascinating guy. Knows an awful lot about Lowestoft, Waveney and Suffolk and beyond. And you can send him your questions if you go live, and no one has managed to stump him yet or find an answer that he couldn't, or a question that he couldn't answer.
Stephen, I'm going to ask you, because I can't make the Monday sessions normally, which is a real shame for me. But I'm going to ask you, would you ask him about the beef bones? Do you remember I mentioned our wonderful kind of in-house historian, Kevin Barnard? He unearthed some fantastic pieces from the Lowestoft Journal from roughly 100 years ago, and they talked about the hanging of a beef bone necklace from the figurehead right on the luff of the bow. You know, you get that ornate carving of a lady right on the point of the bow of a ship. And it said that in this article from roughly 100 years ago, it said that it was a tradition to hang a beef bone necklace from the neck of the figurehead. I can't find any other research on this subject. It doesn't appear to be anything regarding scrimshaw. Stephen, could you remember? I know you won't. Stephen, could you remember to ask Ivan if he's got any knowledge of this?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I totally will forget about that. So just send me a reminder on Monday, and I'll make sure we do. But yeah, thank you once again to everyone. And please, you can still click share. If you've joined us halfway through or towards the end, you can absolutely rewatch this again. Thanks for tuning in. And I think Paul's going to play us out with a bit of harmonica over our credits. So see you later, and thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, everyone.